Welcome, everyone, to another Educators in VR Unity Workgroup Meetup. We are so excited to have you here. My name is Laurel. I'm the Director of Educators in VR, and I am here with the Unity Workgroup team. We have one of the three people that is involved in the team here. Here is Lance. He's in the Educators in VR account, and he's one of the team leaders for this group that focuses on Unity and building virtual worlds and virtual experiences. And we also work on helping you get certified through the Unity Learn program and all the different tracks and things that are out there. So we're here to help answer questions and to really help you with your world building. So get ready. We have some exciting stuff coming up. All right, we have with us a special guest, Evgeniya Simmons. We've been friends for too long. And so it's hard to talk about you.
Oh,
It's so wonderful. So Evgeniya, we met in Altspace a bazillion years ago, and she created this amazing world for travel. She is a world-renowned certified professional travel guide. Don't meet many of those.
yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. She's won awards for her travel guiding and everything like that. And she, during the pandemic, created this amazing, several versions of this amazing world that introduced people to travel around the world. And when Altspace closed, she's going to talk about this, I hope, there was a great deal of frustration, which many of you have felt when you pick a world and you dedicate your life and your effort to creating something, and then you pick a platform and then the platform closes. Unfortunately, we've had too many close recently, but we have new ones opening up all the time. And coming up in June, we're going to be having a special presentation called Finding Home, which is going to be looking at all of the different platforms that are out there and the quest to find one that meets your specific needs for your own creativity and your own expression. So get ready for that coming up in June with Dawn, who's going to be teaching that. So Evgeniya was stuck with, where do I put my worlds? This is lost. So started learning Unity, and as many of you found, got rather frustrated. Is that a good word?
Yeah.
Very frustrated. Yeah. So she came up with what she's going to share with you today, which is Vertex Form 3D. Now, this is going to be and she's going to tell you more of the story. So we're going to get rid of me, and Lance is going to come up here and help guide this. And we're going to be ready for your questions too. But this is going to be a live presentation. She's going to be sharing her desktop so we can see how things happen in real time. So get ready. Are you ready, Evgeniya?
Yep.
All right.
I am. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Let me try to share my screen right now.
Please.
Share screen. Hold on a second. Shared screen. My video screen. Stream video. Should I do desktop? Okay. View desktop. Screen. Share cursor. Share. All right. You should see my screen.
All right. Except that there you go. All right.
Sorry for the infinity screen. Yeah, thank you so much for the introduction. I am a Unity developer and 3D artist, mostly 3D artist, but I had to put an engineering hat on when you were right, when Altspace shut down. So I wish I was just the artist, because this is what I like doing, but nobody could provide what I want. I lost trust in all the frameworks. After Altspace, especially when spatial, I kind of trusted in that, but then they pivoted to gaming. And at that point, kind of my fate was sealed when I said, I'm going to build the framework and I'm going to share it with my fellow artists. So what we actually trying to build here is a way to build a completely new way of people to make money in this industry. Especially for artists, especially for businesses. So businesses don't know where to start. They're struggling. A lot of times, educators, I see a lot of scientists get grants, then they hire a team, then they can't pull it off because they just don't know the language, they don't know what goes into the thing. They're kind of trying to explain the final product, but then what everything has to do with engineering part, they don't understand. And that's where a lot of projects flop and they never finish. So this framework is kind of here to fill the gap. And whenever people tell me they started build from scratch, I cringe. You don't want to build, and again, Laurel, if there is a question, maybe you can interrupt me.
Trust me, I'll interrupt.
Do not start from scratch, because there's nothing worse. We spent 2 years on that, and now we are ramping up our development. We are hiring a new team to improve the framework. So what is the framework? It is actually a standalone Unity package, which I'm going to show you how you open the package. And it's not kind of template. It's not a template. So if you take this package and you build it, you will have a whole app that works. You have avatar selection, you have UI that is accessible to every single user, like you have here in Engage. You can open the menu, so we also have that. There is a main UI with scenes. There's UI with settings. Our settings UI includes seat, mute, stand, megaphone, distant grab. That stands with trees helped us to add, and we passed the meta requirements. Thank you so much for that. And we have a scene database. Another thing that was very important for me is to be able to make the app scalable. When I was building my first app, I ran out into issue that headset only had 1 GB of space available on it. And when I ran into this problem, I didn't know that existed. It said, we cannot accept your APK because it's over 1 GB, 1.1. So I had to reach out to the engineer, and we created a brand new functionality where we broke down the environments into remote bundles. It's very complicated. It is amazing. When you build your app, it's going to be small. The rest you can pull from Google Cloud or whatever you want. So that's also included in the project, which is open sourced.
Evgeniya, just letting you know, sorry to interrupt, but for people that are having trouble seeing the screen, you please know that you can bring up your tablet and you can see close up what's on the screen by going to the desktop view.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Another thing we created is integration, because I have, as you said, experience in travel industry. I have passion for travel. I love learning about the world, the geography. I was a licensed New York City tour guide for many years, worked with many clients around the world. And also we included fly mode. So I'll show you, it's very easy. You can turn on literally one button on or off, and fly mode will be activated in any scene. And of course, we have a whole bunch of different examples. As well, we're building a custom SDK, which you will be able to turn any object into usable, playable, scalable, whatever you want. That's what's included in the framework. Any questions? All right. So
remember, y'all can raise y'all's hands if y'all have any questions, or simply unmute and I'll point it out and she'll answer it.
Yeah.
Oh, we have one person, which is Laurel.
Go ahead.
So, what do we have to do? We have to know things in order to get started with this, or can we just jump in, not know anything?
I wish I could tell you that you don't need to know, but I can't promise that, because you do need to know Unity. You do have to have some kind of artistic, or at least know where to source assets or how to use Unity. So it's not something that is probably super beginner friendly. I wish I could tell you that, but we are taking away 95% of engineering work. You only have to do setup, and it's not that hard. We have great tutorial. It is very easy. There's no engineering work involved at all. What I would say, maybe the hardest part would be for you to come up with your own environments, make sure that mostly like artistic work. That's what I'd say would be the most hard part for you, I would think. So yes, you do need to know Unity. So the installation is extremely easy. So you would go to our GitHub, and if you go, I don't know how we're going to share it. It's very easy. You go to vertexform3d.com website. It's either on the main page from here. And also, by the way, we do have example app, which is live on MetaQuest. If you are on your headset, you can search Vertex Form 3D. and you will see our example app, which has some scenes that are included in the framework for free, and some of the environments that I'm just starting to build that are kind of my, fun, beautiful environments. So once you open this GitHub repo, please give us a star, because this is how we are showing the community that this is a project that's worth, that's liked by the community. If you can get to 500 stars with your help, that would be really, really awesome. And the first thing you would do, you would you can download the zip file from here, and it will download just the folder, which you will unzip and put it where you want it to be. For example, on a D drive or, external hard drive. And remember that all of this is included in the tutorials. They're pretty good. And also Artsy, I don't know if you guys know her, Artsy in VR, she set up a 3-hour open studio where she was going through all the steps. Right, so once you download, let's say this is your zip file, right? So you will just unzip it. And what I usually recommend is to create a folder with the name of your app. Once you created that folder, you will just copy from that zip file assets, packages, and project settings. Those 3 folders. That's all you need. You will just copy them normally like this, copy, and go to your new folder and paste. And that's it. That's all you want to do. And once you do that, you go to Unity Hub, add project from disk, and then you find where your that app is that you just set up. Make sure that you are not in the in the root folder, so to say, right? So you got to open this folder with those 3 folders: assets, packages, and project settings. And then click over here. It's already open, but select Android. And again, let's go back to our tutorial. Select Android as a platform, because we're going to run on MetaQuest, and MetaQuest is Android based. So any questions so far?
Remember, raise your hands if you have any questions, and I'll call you.
Yeah, it's okay. So
But so far, nothing yet.
So next thing, when you open the project, it's probably going to be empty screen. So you will have to go into scenes and login scene, right? So it's going to be scenes, Vertex Form, and you will have all of this. It's included. So 3 environments: home, login, and adjustable scene. And then we'll have database with hubs and places. I'm going to go over them in just a little bit. So open login scene, this is where you will be starting your testing, because everything is tied up to multiplayer. When you log in, you are connecting to very many managers. And remember, you don't have to code anything. If you go anywhere, you will see so much code and so much sweat and tears in this little bundle of joy. So, and the next step would be to set up your own token to get it from Photon. You will create a new app. You will create a free account, create a new app, and obtain a token. You can see here app ID. This is for voice, and I have for PAN. So we need those 2 tokens. Again, going back to tutorials, everything is here. You're going to go to multiplayer token. We are explaining how to get the token. Once you're in the app, you will search for Photon settings. And also, because we are a very fast-paced startup, we are improving the way you do things. Our next release would have our SDK. There will be project settings in here, so you don't have to search. You will just open project settings, and it will open up for you. Once you get those IDs, you will install ID PAN, ID voice, and that's it. You are in multiplayer. You are officially a multiplayer app developer. Any questions?
Oh, one in the back, which is Laurel.
Go ahead.
Are you going to be able to automate this? Do you think that in the future that all of this fiddly bit is going to be able to be automated, made easier?
Oh yeah. We're already working on this.
Okay.
We putting all the database, and we have a heated discussions on the back end about how everything should be organized. The building blocks that we are using right now are going to be changed. Everything will be easier accessible. So then we have the video screen here that is also included. Froze a little bit, maybe because I opened up something. All right, so then we'll connect. You can connect anonymously, or you can connect with the name. But again, remember that it's all coded for you. So you can put the name. There is a really cute keyboard pops up that people tell us they love that keyboard. And this is what you get. So once you connect, you will go into the home environment. So home environment, also you'll see here, we have room manager that is responsible for a lot of different things to connect you to the multiplayer. We have avatar selection, main UI. This is how you scroll through avatars. Again, don't have to touch anything except for your home environment, just have fun. And then we're gonna look for XR device simulator and drop it on do not destroy right here. So now I am on my desktop and I can play with this, so I don't have to deal with my headset, which I do switch between headset and desktop all the time. So I created a couple of different avatars. Hope you like them. Some faces were taken from Altspace. So, all right. Any questions?
So what we see here is the basic thing that we would get if we started,
Yep.
and then we just replace that with our own stuff.
Yep. What I'm showing you is exactly what you get. This is brand new project that I didn't even touch, except for I put my photon here, right? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you get places, 2 places geospatially located. This is moon terrain, and this is earth terrain. Also, with this functionality, you will not find it anywhere because we coded a custom code for Cesium. I've bugged them for so long on their forum for like, add me a functionality this, add me a function that. Then we had to customize the code because Avatar wouldn't teleport. Then what we did, another issue we had is when Avatar was flying out of the boundary of a certain perimeter in the environment, our UI would just shut down, would not work. So there was no way to teleport between the scenes besides. So we fixed that. We have a custom code that you don't have anywhere else. Plus, we're working on another functionality that is glitchy. When you fly too far, it's glitchy, so we're going to work on that. Any questions?
Yeah, and I do want to remind people too, what we're looking at right here is not Vertex Form itself. This is Vertex Form within Unity. It's made with Unity. So,
And
Unity,
it works with every other platform that uses Unity.
Yeah. You can get Unity. We're using Unity 6. Actually, yes. And we're switching to Unity 6.1 in the next. And you can see that everybody who doesn't log in with the name, they get mystery guest name. So particle system also I left here for you to start, so you don't have to start from absolute scratch. Another thing is really cool. You can see that we have the UIs coded. So on the desktop, I can open N to get this UI, or M to go into the settings UI. So everything works. Sit down, stand up, sit down, mute, unmute, megaphone on or off. So this one also took a little bit of work to fix. Now, if you too far from people, turn it on and you can hear everybody. Near grab, distant grab. If you some people said, well, we don't want to be able to grab it from a distance, and then some said, no, we do. So we're like, okay, we'll give you both. So now you open this UI and you can go again. let's move ahead. I'm using XR Device Simulator, which has an explanation how to use it over here. So you just click on Tab, and then you will be cycling through one hand, and a head. So I'm cycling here. And then we can go to, the games also is packed with items that we synced in multiplayer. Laurel and her team were like awesome about, I got stuck a little bit here. They were awesome about testing. Remember how Laurel would come and Lance would come and we would freeze and we would spawn on top of each other, and that was crazy.
It was our goal to break it. So what I didn't say, I should have said, but I wanted to get on with the program, is that Educators in VR has what is called the Wrecking Crew. It is a group of volunteers that work with companies like Evgeniya's Vertex Form 3D and other companies as volunteers. Sometimes we get paid. We love it when we get paid. But anyway, our goal is to break educational VR apps, and we're really good at it. And so we've done a lot of breaking on Vertex Form and providing the answers to fix it. And it's just looking amazing.
Yeah, let me do, I think I'm logged out of the Cesium. Let me see, they will ask me for a token, I think, yes. I think this should work. Okay. So we got Earth Terrain. You will need to get your own token. We don't provide you token because you'll have to pay if you go exceed, but I never pay. It's only if you exceed some certain usage and stuff. But this is the most exciting part for me, for those interested in geology, geography. I can't wait to get back to working on my travel app where I can create weird, interesting places around the world. I have a whole community of tour guides where we can start giving tours around the world. So this would be my final goal. Have a VR Travel Expo running. And then we have Moon Terrain again. Okay. So another thing I want to show you, which is very important, is how we handle environments, how we handle scenes, how do you change the scenes in the UI. You see here, this is the addressable groups. And let's go back to tutorials. We'll go to adding scenes. So we are explaining that this is a two-step process. One is you have to add them into the database, and we are actually rebuilding it. Arjun is doing completely remodelings. Like, you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes right now. But use this for now until the new comes out. And the second one is adding them into addressable groups. So this is important, both of them. If you miss one, it's not going to work. So follow the directions exactly how we recommend. So you would go, when you create your own environment, like for example, you create your own folder. You would say, my scene. So I created this folder for you, so you're going to start creating your own environments. Let's say we create a scene. I'm still yet to get your guys' app, Educators, in there. Hopefully soon. So let's say this is your environment, and then you would, it's probably blank. Of course it's blank. We can put something here. We have to remove main camera. Let's do plain. So one thing that we are building in our SDK is I'm requesting that we create a center point, because right now what I do cube, and I make sure the cube is in the center, because otherwise, see how not in the center everything is? Wow, okay. And then you would do this. Put your plane down. So this is where your avatar will spawn. So what we're going to have in our next release, hopefully, a little human or something, that will be a sender. So you will drop it from SDK, and the sender point will be, and then you can move, and this is where your avatar will spawn. So this is what I want. But right now, your avatar will spawn at 0, 0 point. So put your cube here, right? Any questions?
And now I do want to let y'all know that that is the basics for, you know, Unity 101 of creating a spawn point. Always use the 0, 0 point for anything to respawn. You know, just like in alt space and stuff, when you're just without having, you know, without bringing in the spawn point item that alt space had, everyone would always spawn at the 0, 0 point. So if you didn't want to add a spawn point and you were building a template, you would focus on the 0, 0 point. So
yeah,
and that's
so
how
then,
I always build. I always build focused on the 0, 0 point. So it always comes in handy.
For sure. Okay, so you will take this your newly created scene, and you will drop it here, and then you would go and rename it, not rename it, but remove everything that's unnecessary folders. So it will have to be here just like this, right? So your environment will look like that. So this is number one. That will, what that does, it packages all of your environment into the APK file. With APK, it's the file that you get your whole app. This file you will submit to MetaQuest. It's as easy as like uploading a folder, a file to any other file. You go to MetaQuest store, you send them the APK, and then they code check it, right? So it will be built in here. Once you move to remote, which is a bit advanced, we're not going to touch on that too much, but I just recently actually updated our tutorial with remote, because we do have users that already so far, and they keep asking how they can do remote. So I was like, okay, I spend the weekend creating all the tutorials for them. The next step you would do, you would go to the database. Another thing that we just talked today with Arjun, I said, I don't want to be searching for database. I want to be able to open database from here in a separate window. So that's what we're trying to code as well. So the database, as you see, places and hubs, these are two different layouts. In our new release, we'll be able to create, you can be able to create panels, which are those black boards, right? So you can create a lot of them, name them whatever you want to name them, create a different layout. So it's going to be very, very cool. Then let's go into the hub item. So if you want to put it in the hub item, you will create a new environment. So it will copy the last one. So you don't want to name it demo scene. You will have to name it exactly how your scene is called. Because if you don't, if I misspell it, then it's not going to find the scene. EDVR. All right. Then let's move it up, because we want it to be, wait a minute, where is it? Wait, what did I do? Okay, let's name it again. Okay, so we named it. Now we want to move it. So that will be also your sorting will be showing up here the way you want to sort the environments. Then if you put fly mode here, I'm not going to be able to fly in the desktop, but if you put fly mode, you will be able to start flying with the controller. Right now we coded the fly mode in the left controller. When you click on trigger and grip button, you start flying. But we're going to change it so we can, maybe we can create some kind of like a watch where you can turn on the fly mode in the game, so you can leave your left hand if you want to grab something, so it's not like interfering with flying. But for now, we just fly mode with the left hand. Then we can go back to testing. We're going to go to always test from login scene, remember, because everything is connected together. Okay, so educators in there. So now we are now seeing, but I didn't, let's see if I can drop XR device simulator here. Okay, so I'm here. So this is how you work, and that's it. Pretty much the whole thing you have to do to get started, right? The biggest issue probably for all of you would be, as you can see, it took me 20 minutes, like right off time, or more a little bit. The biggest issue would be for you to set up, to make sure your whole system is running smoothly, because there will be always issue with Unity, issue with this, issue with that, with something. So that's the biggest problem. You will have to be setting up everything to work. But once you set it up, once you get a hold of it, hang of it, you can start printing apps like pancakes. I have an example app here that is going to be, that's the one that's currently live. I'll show you a couple of them. Oops, no, I don't want to show that one. I want to show Mushroom Swamp, maybe. That's environment that was live in Spatial, and they blocked it because it was too big. And one of the users, Terry, she loves this environment. She was begging me to bring it. She was asking, when are you going to bring it back? And I said, okay, I'll do it. So I brought it back. So this environment is live, and it's actually pretty cool. There's sound effects. There's a whole bunch of sparkles, frogs. And then I have another environment, Cliff House, also in the example app. Those environments are not included in the package because they're my artistic work. This one is pretty cool too, with waterfall running and stuff like that. Oh, another thing I did also that is not in the, I did something really fun. I put birds in here, so when you spawn in Grand Canyon, eagles start flying. A couple of eagles over here. My daughter was trying to chase them, so she was, because fly mode is enabled, so she was chasing the eagles here. And there's also sound effect, which is I recorded it from Grand Canyon on YouTube, so and I put a sound effect here. I think that's probably it for the overall high-level overview. The publishing app is also on our website. Let me see. So publishing on MetaQuest, it will explain you how to publish it with everything, all the steps that you need to take to publish it. And then you'll get emojis like that once you're done. Any questions?
Like the reward.
Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions, because I think that's it for me. No questions? Am I still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you can turn and look at the audience.
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I don't want to do infinity screen. If you want to look away.
Woo!
Oh, you don't have to do that? Oh, I see. Okay, you're just changing. Okay, that's all right.
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you didn't have to close it.
Oh,
We're enjoying
sorry,
looking.
sorry.
Yeah, you can bring it up again.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right, let me put my tablet away. Any questions for her while she's bringing the screen back up? It's hard. It's really hard to do. She's sharing her entire monitor, not just the window, and so it means she has to dance back and forth to get into Engage, back and forth. But that's the power of Engage. It allows us to do all these things live. It's just wonderful. Now you've used you swam through really fast. But you are the last scene that we saw with the Grand Canyon, the water and whatnot. That actually came from
Cesium.
Cesium.
So
Okay.
Cesium is the geospatial provider. So they provide us the package, which you can see here. It's free. They also open source. But they get data from space, right? So Google Earth kind of also uses them, build on top or something. So there's some kind of connection with Google Earth. If you go on like Google Maps, and you can see something in 3D, so you'll see this. You'll see the Cesium.
Has anybody worked with Cesium before? Seeing some no's. All right. That's amazing.
And in technically, you can fly through the whole Earth, because what you see, we have a special distance set up, so you can see a certain percentage of the environment. But once you fly, so everything behind you will disappear, and everything what you need to see will keep appearing. And you can fly through the whole Earth. This is I'm the most excited about. Right now, our issue is if you fly too far from the origin, our avatar is not resetting the center, which actually Cesium does provide the functionality called Global World Anchor. However, remember that we have all of our environments are coded into addressable scenes. What that means is that this is an empty scene. There's nothing here except for, it's like a vortex, right? And in this vortex, we have managers that manage avatars and multiplayer and voice and whatnot. And everybody connects to this first, and then the system will think and see, okay, this is a different person. So it gives you different IDs and separates you into different bodies. That's happening in the addressable scene. And unfortunately, Cesium kind of spawns underneath this one. And we didn't code yet the avatar anchor, so they can't reset in Cesium yet.
We're getting all the dirt behind the scenes. I love it.
I can talk about it so long.
I love the challenges. And which brings me to my next question, which is your first challenge was, alt space closing and losing your world.
Mm-hmm.
You were able to, I assume you were able to back it up, right? What you did in alt space?
Oh, yeah. I have
okay.
it. Yeah.
And then the challenge to actually create something that, while, for those that are new to Unity, this feels overwhelming. For those that are experienced at Unity, the idea of having this modularization from Vertex Form 3D to actually add flying and add these things, so you don't have to do all that labor yourself. That's so important. But can you talk a little bit about really what brought you to this, to build this?
To build the open source framework, or to kind of get into 3D? Well, again,
because the rest of us, we downloaded our worlds and we took them to other places, and that's where we, if we felt like it, we uploaded our world and we were done. You went further, my friend.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly what happened. When Altspace shut down, I started looking for a place. I went to VR chat, I tried different things, but then it was just what I wanted to build a whole app, and I thought it was the perfect timing because ChatGPT came out, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Why don't I? And I said, men can do it. Guys build things all the time. Why can't I do it myself? And I'm always hands-on person. I came to America with $400. I have nobody here. I left New York City. I had nobody. I was like, why can't I build it? I'm going to build it. And I had background in tech because my dad was, I'll talk about it in a little bit. But then when I decided I'm going to build my own app, and for a whole year, I was working, and it was very isolating. It was very lonely because you've been making progress and you don't have a community to get feedback. Nobody's doing it.
Right.
And then the whole thing, I was relying on one guy engineer. When I hired an engineer, that was when I ran out of the tutorials that I used. Udemy courses, YouTube courses. I built the foundation. What you have here is the foundation from Udemy. 2 different courses, multiple tutorials, multiple ChatGPT conversations you have here. Then when I ran out, so I hired an engineer, and I noticed I'm just sitting and waiting for the engineer to do some work, fix stuff, but they don't have anybody to like share that with, and then I thought, everything outdates so quickly, and I'm just going to sit on it. It's going to be like spoiled milk. People are struggling to do that. I'm wasting my money or my time and sitting on something that nobody can use. And that started bothering me. And I just wanted to kind of start building community and, help each other. And that was the best decision.
Okay. It's been so wonderful to follow your career and follow, the accomplishments that you've made with all of this. Any questions from the audience? Just unmute and shout out. We'd love to hear from you. Edward, anyone? Okay, Edward.
I see that you build a good app there in Vertex. I went through it. It was beautifully done. Yeah.
When? Just now?
Oh, no, not now, but before, I think. That, when you build the apps, I got in there and kind of just went around it like that. I said, oh, this is beautiful.
Nice. You should check it out now. In the last few weeks, I've added a bunch of new stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh.
The demo is, so when he's done, you can, as she mentioned really quickly in the beginning, it is out in Meta right now. It's out of experiment, so you can actually download it, install it, and go into the demo, and it is amazing, all the things that you can do and see, and the interface and whatnot. And then please provide feedback too, because your input is really important to help make it better. This is a community open source framework, and open source means it's very reliant on community to keep it going. This is just so important.
It's been amazing because on Discord, if you join our Discord, and people have been digging into it and giving us feedback, and we immediately implement features they've asking. It's been great. I mean, like, it is interesting. Maybe someday somebody will be studying how the open source build. It's amazing how one person can make a huge difference. One person, Laurel. Somebody will come in and give you a shoulder to lean on, that you're not by yourself. You're not doing it for nobody. And then I noticed people would come in and they would come out. They will drop out of your life because they have something else going on. So somebody else will come in, so you kind of lean on them. But you always have to lean on yourself, right? So you have to be the rock that everything stands on. Why are you doing this?
And we applaud your courage. Yeah, that's just amazing. Now, what is your dream for this? What's the long term? What do you think is going to be in 5 or 10 years?
I want it to be a kind of standard for VR development. When businesses start to understand what it is, and that happened to me, and Laurel knows, she was the first one to know that we got funding through my client, who I worked with for 3 years, and they've known what I'm doing, but they were never paying attention. It was like, oh, a kid doing something in the sandbox. And then I published it, and then they see there were 150 people RSVP for our first event, and it was like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, we'll buy it for you. We'll hire you to do that. And they purchased a huge screen. Now I have to deliver. When we closed the contract, I was sitting to my husband, I was like, wait a minute, I have to build an app that will be in the showroom, in the actual place I'm gonna be using it. So that was kind of a wake-up call. It was like, okay, wait a minute, that's happening. It's not a sandbox anymore.
And that's part of the magic about all of this, is that it starts with a problem, and it's often a problem that feels like you cannot overcome it. You can't figure out a solution.
Yeah.
And yet, something will occur to you, and then somebody says, that's a great idea, and then you start running with it, and anything is possible. It really is.
Yeah,
You just have to believe.
Yeah, I have a
Edward?
question about that. What in that form, that app that I have, the Vertex Form 3D? What are you? So far, I've been there. It's been empty. Is there? So you be using it for something like meditation or meetings, or what's your?
Oh, you mean like there is nobody there?
Well, the
What do you-
last one I went like I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, like that. Like when I went in there, I thought I was the only person there. So.
Yeah, because that's the demo of what it would be like to build your own.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She does have meetings in there. There are things that
Yeah.
happen. It would be nice to build a community at some point, but the goal is to have you make your own app,
Yeah.
your own VR app. For
so
example,
so-
Artsy. Many of you know Artsy, who does amazing art exhibits and galleries and just incredible virtual artistry work. And she brought her galleries that she'd already made in Unity. She brought those in 2 minutes or something, I think, when the first few came in.
I wish Laurel is so eager to say it was so easy. It's not easy, but
well,
it's
for the
easy.
first ones. Yeah.
I know. It took her a day. I mean, not a few days. So we had to sit down with her and work through. But yeah, I mean, compared to the scope of work, you would say, yeah, it's a minute.
Yeah,
but
it's and now she has working on. Is the app public yet that she's doing of her work?
Yes, it is public. It is running. I can send a link if you want in the chat.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And we'll share with you, and you can actually on your Quest, you can install it on your headset or in 2D or whatever the access point. Is it 2D or is it just still Quest only?
It's only Quest for now.
Okay, it's Quest right now. So on a Quest headset, you can go in and into her gallery. It's a full portfolio. I've seen the videos and stuff. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So she's and for what part of it's because I love Evgeniya, that's why we're vested within it, but with what she's doing. But the potential for teachers to not only create their own virtual experiences, educational experiences for their students, but to get their students, this is going to get simpler and simpler and simpler to do. Students are learning Unity and Blender in middle school now and in high school. And to have something that is like an add-on, like a plugin that they can put in, it has all this modularization that comes right in the package, and a community that is creating things to add to it. So it's drag and drop. You get to add flying, drag and drop, easy, really easy little bits and pieces to it. Imagine having the students create their own app, or having a hackathon where they come up with an idea, and within a weekend, they use something like this to actually create that app. Think of that potential we have to, there may be hundreds of thousands of crap apps out there, but it's going to take one or two of them that could be the next game changer by unleashing that creativity. And that's what I'm so excited about with Vertex Form 3D.
Yes.
I'm curious with your the mushroom swamp. Is there any relation to fairies in the trees that's available on Horizon? Because it really reminds me of that experiential kind of space that's very surreal, this environment.
When was that? This was about 2 years old. So I don't know if they copied it or not, because it all came out from my head. Actually, it was also one of the Udemy courses that they had, but I completely redesigned it with my own spin on it. No, this is not related. It's my kind of semi-original work.
Yeah, but a lot of the models and things, they're used in a lot of world building where you're a little fairy person or critter, as your fairies going around and mushrooms and things.
This is actually, everything here
is
created by me in Blender, so I didn't buy anything. So everything is
wonderful
by me.
Yeah.
So everything here is original, except for kind of the. Are you there?
Yes, we're all
Yes,
here.
we're still here.
Yep. I mean, the mushrooms Oops. I think
she
he
crashed.
isn't here.
She crashed as she was loading. I knew it. As soon as she started loading that thing, I knew they were going to do that. But those are her original creations, but there are a lot of people that create things that are very similar to that. Faye, who many of you know from Altspace and Banter and now VR Chat, she's created some beautiful worlds that have a very similar taste to that.
Well,
All
how
right,
many different types of fantasy mushrooms can you have? You know?
all you know the answer to that,
Eventually, yeah.
Steph. All of them.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, she should be. We are out of time, and she should be back here in just a second. Hopefully, it's not a serious crash. It's just a browser crash, but because she was really taxing her poor computer. I want to thank everyone also for being here too, and remind everyone that Educators in VR has our XR News show every Wednesday here in Engage, and we have next week we have the amazing Maxwell McGee, Chris Madsen, and yeah, I know, and Dr. Tom Furness. These are all pioneers and leaders and winners in their different specialty fields, but they're all pioneers in immersive technologies and emerging technologies, and they're going to be hosting the XR News Innovation Spotlight. And in future episodes, they're going to be just the three of them this time, but in future episodes, they're going to bring in some experts and industry experts and have way too much fun. Anything goes with these three. Yeah, Edward?
Oh, so when's the free photogrammetry class? Next week,
Okay.
he said.
Yes, and that's coming. I'm getting there. So first,
okay.
XR
Okay,
News.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, and then the following week, we have XR News with Maxwell McGee, Chris Madsen, and Dr. Tom Furness is next Wednesday. Then the Wednesday after that, the XR News Show will be hosting the amazing Nico and Shushu, the award-winning world builders that many of you are familiar with their incredible worlds. So get ready for that. For all your world builders, get ready to be inspired by all of these amazing people. And then our photogrammetry class we're doing a free intro for that. Coming up this next week. And photogrammetry is the art of using your phone to capture images that are converted into a 3D model that you can bring in to whatever 3D environment that you're using, including Vertex Form 3D, to make the real be photorealistic here in
Did I
VR.
crash?
Now, yes, you did crash. So come on back up here.
Okay.
All right, we're just thanking everybody because we ran out of time. So Evgeniya, thank you so much for the amazing work that you've done. And I am so excited. You can learn more about Vertex Form 3D at vertexform3d.com, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And all the tutorials, all the downloads, you can find the actual demo app that gives you a taste of what it does. So that you can play with it. It's really fun. You get to go to different worlds, different things on the Quest or whatever it's called. Now it's called the Horizon Store. Anyway, Meta Store, Quest Store, whatever name they're calling it this week. It's hard to keep track sometimes, but you can learn more about that coming up. So thank you, Evgeniya.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me as always, and thank you for your support.
You are amazing. Absolutely amazing. And if you want to help more, yay, well deserved, yay. If you want to help more with Vertex Form 3D, please join we post all this information in our Educators in VR Discord and our social media channels and things. But also join their community. Also join our Educators in VR Wrecking Crew. You get an opportunity to actually dig in to help make this a better product, and we are so excited about it. Really, really thrilled to help with it, and we help with other software and other apps as different companies and organizations apply to the Wrecking Crew, and we donate our services to help make their educational apps better, they say.
Yeah, so if you like breaking apps, definitely join it.
Absolutely. And coming up, this is the Educators in VR Unity Workgroup, and which the slide has gone behind us. But anyway, coming up, we have some really exciting programs. Lance, what's coming up?
For the Unity?
Yes, Unity Workgroup.
I'd have to look that up. Hang on.
Okay, he's not prepared right now. It should be. So one of the discussions is we're going to be talking more about the certification program and helping you, if you choose to go through the process, which most of that is free, and then you pay to get certification at the end. The Unity Learn Essentials is free, as are many other parts to get that cert. And it's just so important right now to take this time to make this be a summer of learning Unity. And there's also, we're going to be announcing, they should be very, very soon, they're going to be having their educators certification program for Unity, which is free for teachers and students to learn the basics of how to teach Unity. You don't have to know Unity in order to get your certification to teach it. Fascinating way of going about it, and I'm excited. I have my certification, so does Lance, so does some of the other people. And Steph, you gotta get your cert going. I'm gonna keep nagging. I know, but it's a great program. It's about 3 or 4 weeks long and very fast paced, and it really is a fantastic program to go through. So we'll be talking more about that coming up in June. While he's looking up what's next, is we have that special program called Finding Home with one of our team leaders called Dawn, and it's about finding that platform. And maybe Vertex Form 3D might be that platform for you, because it is also multiplayer support is on it and is available within it. We've had some fun meetings on it. It's been great. I love the one in snow.
Then another one is animating models.
Yes. Endesol is going to be talking about animating models in Unity. Get ready for that. He's got some fun stuff he's going to be doing with that. And the Finding Home is about finding that place. Which platform is the best platform for you, not for everyone, for you to host your virtual worlds and experiences. And then finding models. And then is there any other hints of other things that are coming up?
That's all we got right now. That's all we got
scheduled,
right now.
but there's other things on the list.
Well, yeah, on the list is we do want to get Nico to come in.
Mm-hmm.
We do want the people who do run the Unity class
the education
on Unity themselves.
Leaders,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want them to definitely come.
We're also going to be doing some sessions on shaders, because that's something that just many people's heads. Anyway, there's a whole list. So if there's something in particular that you're interested in, this group meets twice a month. We'd love to have your input. If you'd like to join the team and become a part of it to help teach the programs and help people learn more, please let us know. Again, thank you to Lance, who's one of our team leaders here for the Unity Workgroup for Educators in VR, as well as our logistics director and trainer and everything else. Also to Stanza Trees, who's filming today. We appreciate it. He is our logistics manager, as well as our senior trainers and moderators and everything else. And Evgeniya, thank you so much. This was wonderful, and I hope you all try Vertex Form 3D.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Yay. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.